Hi, everyone. My name is Anna Martha Ayala, and I'd like to welcome you to my YouTube channel, where I try to teach you all the degree theory by Nikola Stojanovic. In this video, I wanted to discuss the events that happened between Israel and the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. Now, I want to make sure that you all understand I am not a mundane astrologer, but several of you have written to me to do this video. So what I decided to do is just bring up the natal chart of this event and kind of read it like if it were a just a regular chart. So the intent is for you to see the tie-in as to how the degree theory describes what the unfortunate events are. Now, I took the information and I'm going to share with you where I found an article that gave me the time that this event started. And the website is reliefweb.int. You guys can look it up. And it says on Saturday, October 7th, a Jewish Sabbath day, the end of the week-long Jewish festival of Sukkot, and a day after the 50th anniversary of the Yom Kippur War, Hamas and other Palestinian armed groups launched Operation Al-Aqsa Flood, a coordinated assault consisting of land and air attacks into multiple border areas of Israel. At 6 a.m., which is the time that I used for the natal chart, an extensive air assault involving rockets was launched into the coastal towns of Ashdod and Ashkelon, and as far north as Tel Aviv, approximately 70 kilometers north of Gaza. It is estimated that between 3,000 to 5,000 rockets were launched during that first day. Anyway, it also says down here that, because I'm not going to read the whole article, it says Hamas reportedly breached borders initially by sending elite troops in via hang gliders, and those soldiers then began to dismantle the electric fences and walls using explosives. Bulldozers were reportedly then used to create space for more fighters to enter Israel in several places. Now, make a note of sending elite troops via hang gliders, and then they dismantled electric fences, and they dismantled electric fences and walls using explosives. That is very telling. So let me bring up the chart. I have to stop and then share again. Here we go. So October 7th, 2023, 6 a.m., Ashdod, Israel. If you all have seen my other videos on the degree theory, you know that the 18th degree is the malefic degree, is the degree of the devil, as Nicola used to say. So there's not going to be anything positive about this event. And also here in the eighth house, which describes how you're going to die, the house of life danger is what he used to call 22 degrees, kill or be killed. So these 2 points, and then this one describes what this event was all about. It was meant to kill people. So anyway, like I said, I am going to read this as if it were a natal chart, and you can see how the degree theory ties in. So this, the rising sign is a Libra at the 17th degree. Now, the chart ruler is Venus in Leo. This is at the degree of Leo. So you have elite people elite soldiers, right? Being financed by some kind of either royalty in their country or very elite people in their country because this Venus is conjunct Regulus, and Regulus is one of the four royal stars. It is the cusp of the 11th house is at 20 degrees, which is the degree of Scorpio. So, and Scorpios are the killers of the zodiac, according to what Nicholas used to say. Now, not anything that I say, don't take it into a personal chart and say, oh, this person's a Scorpio or a Scorpio rising, so he must be a killer. That is not what I mean. I am just describing what the degrees are, so we don't jump to conclusions. This is describing this event solely, okay? Um, so anyway, the 10th house is your career. But the 11th house is the money that you make from the 10th house using the derivative house system. So someone is making money off of this, unfortunately, but it's opposing Saturn. And I will discuss in a few minutes what that could possibly mean. So if we look at the rising sign, the sun was almost rising, but it is in the 12th house. So this was something, and Mercury is there at the degree of Gemini. The sun is there at the degree of Aries. So we're planning something Aries related, right? So Aries, again, if you have seen other videos that I have done that describe what these degrees rule and what the signs rule, you know that Aries rules discussions, war, fights, arguments. It also rules, initiative, pioneering, and other positive traits, but unfortunately, I need to focus more on the negative traits of Aries than the positive. So they had been planning Mercury, right? Because it's Mercury at the degree of Gemini, using the mind. They had been planning some secret event because it's in the 12th house, right? These are things that are done in darkness. These are the 12th house Pisces rules spies, it rules assassins. And by the way, I am not a political person. I am not Jewish. I am not Palestinian or Muslim, so I have no preference for either side. I am not taking a side. To me, there are no winners in a war, period. There are a lot of casualties, most of them innocent lives, children, people, elderly people that are defenseless, right? Because now they don't have a home, they don't have food, they don't have water. Um, and it's just a horrible situation overall. So by no means am I taking any sides, or I am just describing the event the way it happened. And as you all know, I am not a mundane astrologer, but several of you have written to me to please do a video on this and just to give my thoughts on it. So I am trying to please, some of my viewers by doing this, and I hope it will provide some guidance and it will also teach you on how to apply the degree theory. Because I don't like doing videos like this. It's very sad. But anyway, you can see here that in the first house, you have Mars at the degree of Taurus. Now, according to Nicola, the Jewish people are ruled by the sign of Taurus with the rising sign of Scorpio. So they are Taurus, Scorpio rising. That's what he said they were. So you can see that Mars, which is war, at the degree of Taurus, Jewish people. So they're going to wage war on Jewish people. Is this a coincidence? I don't know, but it's like, I mean, it's just incredible, right? And the sun is at the 13th degree, like I said before, which is the degree of Aries, which is war. Now, I already spoke about Venus, which is the chart ruler. Um, Pluto. And I'm not going to do a full chart reading. I'm just touching on like the important points of the chart, right? So you have Pluto in the fourth house. Now, Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth, right? But where Pluto is involved, you're talking about total destruction. And it is in the 27th degree, which is the degree of Gemini. So that means that it's a short, um, the distance is short, right? Because Gemini involves short trips. And you can see that it's trining Mercury. So this is something that, would have worked out, right? And it has a trine to Uranus as well. But we'll get to that point a little later. Um, it's in the fourth house, so it's the destruction of the homeland. Now, yes, they might not be from the same religion, they might not be from but they're in the same location. They're nearby. So they're trying to destroy something that's nearby. So let's switch over to the sixth house. This is, the house of daily routines, work, health, right? And you have Neptune there. Now, Neptune is the natural ruler of the 12th house. And it's at the degree of Aries because it's at 25 degrees Neptune. The sixth house starts at 20 degrees, which is the degree of Scorpio. Again, this is Scorpio is death. Neptune, something that is done in the dark, right? Because it was not above the horizon. This is something that happened maybe dusk, right? Like right before the sun rose. So, and in secret, this is something that was planned behind the scenes, which emphasizes this 12th house, right? As an act of war, 25 degrees. The seventh house, now the seventh house is in Aries. The seventh house rules long-term relationships, both business and marriage. It rules legal cases, but it also rules open enemies. So your open enemies are warriors because Aries is the sign of the warrior in the zodiac. And these are your open enemies. When you have a planet, Jupiter here, so you could be read in both houses, right? Jupiter can mean you have a lot of open enemies, right? A lot of people that are against you. Or you can read it over here saying that you're going to try to kill a lot of people. And it's at the 13th degree in Taurus. So again, the Aries degree in Taurus, and Taurus rules the Jewish people. Now, Uranus is in the 8th house at 22 degrees to kill or be killed. So, like I said at the beginning of the video, just with these 18 degrees and this 22 degrees, that describes that describes the chart to the T. We could have stopped right there. But then you have 15 degrees, which is the degree of Gemini. So short distance, This degree, when it's in Libra, is really bad. It talks about car accidents, but that's not over here, the 15th degree, we're talking about an explosion, an operation, or something that is um short distance. Okay. And in Taurus, which is the Jewish people. So this Uranus sextiles the moon. The moon is in Cancer, so we're talking about your native people, right? Your the population of the country. Um, so that means that it had a positive effect, unfortunately. And 20 degrees is at the degree of Scorpio, to die, to kill. Um, Now, one of the things that I wanted to say from the original description of what happened that I told you guys to remember, elite troops used hang gliders. Uranus rules the air. It rules because it's Aquarius, anything that's airplanes or done by air, right? It rules electricity. So it says that they began to dismantle electric fences, and Uranus rules explosives. So and they dismantled the walls using explosives. So this right here describes pretty much how they managed to kill a lot of innocent people. And this is not a pleasant video for me to do. I try to keep it as positive as I can, but it is what it is. Now, this event happened a week before the eclipse on the 14th, which happened to be at 21 degrees of Libra. Um, and it was so anytime you have something happen within 3 to 4 degrees, pay attention because it stimulates this axis or anything in Libra, Aries, any squares to those planets. If you look at the video that I did on the lunar nodes, it describes pretty much how that those nodes are gonna affect your natal planets, not only the houses, but also the natal planets that it touches. All right, so the the new moon solar eclipse was at 21 degrees. New moon solar eclipse. This sun is at 17 and it happened a week before the eclipse. So 2 days ago, well, by the time today's Monday, but the video is going to come out tomorrow, Tuesday. This past Saturday, we had a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus at 5 degrees. So I hope to God that this doesn't escalate, but I think it will. And I'll tell you why. You have an eclipse, which is here, around here, right? 5 degrees of Taurus. Um, you, it's stimulating all this open enemy thing with war, right? But there are also 2 dates in November, which I don't like at all. November 11th, which has the Mars opposing Uranus. So Mars is going to be around here. Opposing Uranus, that Scorpio Taurus axis at 21 degrees, which happens to be the eclipse degree. It was at 21 degrees Libra. So again, I'm not too thrilled about that. And in addition to that, we're going to have a new moon um, on November 13th at 21 degrees Libra. Excuse me, 21 degrees Scorpio. And the sun is going to be opposing Uranus at 21 degrees. So the sun opposing Uranus at 21 degrees. Here we go again. That 21 degrees is being activated. So I personally think that there are going to be events in the next maybe 2 to 3 weeks that this is going to escalate. Now, um, again, I am not a mundane astrologer, but I am going to give you my thoughts. So number one, I think that yeah, this can grow big time because of the eclipse on the eighth house. And then November 11th through the 13th, that weekend is going to be crucial. I hope to God that, we need to pray a lot, and I don't care what religion you belong to, um, that, that there's peace, that this thing de-escalates, that it doesn't turn out. And I know that this conflict has been going on for centuries. I mean, it's from like the beginning of time, but there's a lot of innocent people getting killed, and the lives are affected for no good reason because there are no winners when it comes to war. And obviously, here we go, the sixth house, Neptune is there. So this job, this work is all about religion. This is a holy war. That's basically what it is. It is a holy war. Um, when I did the video on a possible uh, another war, not the Iranian, not the Russia conflict that's going on now. But I thought that there were going to be something else. I honestly didn't think about this Israel Gaza thing happening, the Israel Palestinian thing. I was more focused on the Libra Aries, which I thought was China, and that area over there. You can go and listen to the video. But my concern is when that Jupiter conjuncts, um, I'm sorry, Uranus conjuncts Algol is going to be significant. Also, next year we have a couple of conjunctions happening in Taurus, which one of them is Jupiter conjunct Mars. I haven't checked it to see what degree that is, but that's something that it needs to be looked at. However, just going back to how to read a chart, you have Pluto trining Uranus. So the destruction would be successful in killing people. Pluto sextiling Neptune. And sextile is, it's a small possibility. It's not as easy as a trine, but this would also work out. It shows a positive event. Then you have Neptune trining the moon. Again, this was, war on the people, right? The 25th degree is the Aries degree. And then you have Uranus sextiling the moon. So unfortunately, this would work out well. And it did, unfortunately. So, can it escalate? Yes, it can. I gave you the dates, specifically that weekend of November 11th through the 13th. And then we have that Uranus conjunct Algol. And that's something to watch out for, but that'll be next year. And Algol is the demon star. That's what astrologers call it. It has other things. Like I said, go and listen to the video that I did on another possible war and Uranus and Gemini. I think that's the video that I spoke about. Now, I personally think that because we are in this axis, I think that this is going to last as long as those lunar nodes are in Aries and Libra. Why? Because the Sun and Mars are in Libra, so it's debilitated, right? Mars is the ruler of Aries, and the Sun is exalted in Aries. So with this energy here, I don't think that this is going to last a long time. And I think it's going to be from lack of money because Venus is opposing Saturn. Saturn is always no, or there's a delay. It's going to make you work hard to get it. So I think that whoever is funding this, whoever is making money out of this, things might not go as well as they thought. So I'm hoping that this will be why this ends in about 18 months. I don't think it's going to go past the lunar nodes, you know, being, I think that when they go into Pisces and Virgo, then that's a different story, right? I think that it will end um, within 18 months. So anyway, those are my thoughts on this event. Um, I guess my closing commentary would be if you found this video helpful in teaching you, because I don't think anybody should like this video because of the subject matter, but at least if it taught you something, if you are being able to connect the dots and to see how the degree theory can describe the events that happen, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. If you think that somebody can learn from this video, please forward the link to them. If you want a natal chart reading with me, send me an email to amaastrology@aol.com. And as always, we need to pray. I don't care what religion you belong to, just pray for peace. I think that positive energy can help at least those people that are in this situation, which have lost their houses, have lost loved ones, have no food or water. I mean, things are really, it's like a natural disaster, but to the nth power, right? So let's pray for those victims of this war. Like I said, nobody wins in a war. But as always, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I hope that the viewers that asked me for this video, here you go. I hope that it helps you in some way to continue to learn astrology. Thank you all.